It's Rick Pitino's Red Storm versus Shaka Smart's Marquette Golden Eagles. Winner heads to the Big East Tournament Championship game. Zach Braziller is on before he heads on over to the Gardens to talk a little Johnny's basketball and, of course, Big East as well. Zach, let's get this thing going into it because only hours away from tip-off. St. John's cruised in their quarterfinal win against Butler, and Marquette had to rally from down 14 to beat Xavier. I haven't said this to you in a while, but take a Zach to school Big East tournament style. Give us everything that we need to know about the Red Storm versus Golden Eagles.
I missed it, man. Zach to school. It's not the same without hearing you say that, man. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a fun game. Look, they played twice. St. John's swept them. Both were really good games. The one at Marquette 6 days ago went to overtime. It was a classic. I think 5 minutes left. It's gonna be anyone's game. I really do. I don't think St. John. Look, St. John's gonna have a much tougher time tonight than they did against Butler. There's no question. I think Marquette might. Now maybe St. John's can wear them out a little because Marquette had such a tough game yesterday. But you know, it. I think 5 minutes left. It's anyone's game. Now St. John's has been really good closing out games all year. 28-4. We know the record. We know, they haven't lost at full strength since New Year's Eve. All that stuff. It's going to be a hell of a night, and I think we're going to get a real tight one here tonight.
Both these teams have well-rounded rosters, but who would you say has the bigger star? St. John's with R.J. Lewis Jr. or Marquette's Cam Jones? Both of these guys are finalists for the Naismith National Player of the Year award.
I'll give a slight edge to Jones. He's more of the star. He also has more responsibility on his shoulders. RJ is a pure scorer. He's a really good defender, but he's got Kadari Richmond. He's got Zuby Ejiofor. He's got Davon Smith. He's Aaron Scott. Like St. John's has the far better depth of difference makers. Marquette probably has the. I'd probably say Cam Jones is the best player on the floor, although not by much over Lewis and Richmond. But I'll give you the slight nod to Jones. He's had an awesome year. First half of the season, he was a National Player of the Year candidate. He shoots the three. He's so good at getting to his left hand in the lane. St. John's going to have to limit him. He played really, really well last Saturday against them.
Who's got the coaching advantage? Marquette with Shaka Smart or obviously Rick Pitino?
Like, I think Shaka's a really good coach, but I don't think you could ever pick against Rick Pitino. What he's done this year is incredible. The way this team defends, they're focus on a game-by-game basis. Their out-of-bounds plays all year have been terrific. I think Shaka's done a great job at Marquette, but I think there's an argument to be made that Pitino is a top 5 college basketball coach of all time. To me, there's
after that game,
maybe not even an argument.
What's that?
Maybe not even an argument. Maybe he is.
I just tried to slide that question in there, see if I could catch you slipping on that one. But after that game. We've got UConn, the defending champs, UConn versus Creighton. Who do you think is going to advance from that one?
All right, I'm going to flip a little here. I picked Creighton to go to the final, but I'm picking UConn tonight. I just think I think Creighton is worn down. They played an incredible double overtime game against DePaul. Huge minutes on guys like Kalkbrenner, on Jemiah Neal, and others. I know UConn didn't necessarily have an easy game. They pulled away late from Villanova, but I think that's a big difference when one team has to play a double overtime thriller and the other just has a normal game where they pulled away late. I think UConn's playing really well right now. I think we get St. John's UConn Saturday night, which would be just ridiculous.
It'll be an instant classic. But first, both teams got to handle business tonight. Zach Braziller, thanks for hopping on with us, man.
My pleasure.